The second chapter of Stranger Things has made its way to Dead by Daylight, and with its arrival is also a boatload of new perks. I'm not gonna lie, I was fully expecting at least one of the new Survivor perks to involve some form of a telekinetic ability, because adding 11 to DBD is the easiest excuse to create a perk like this for survivors. I mean, when are you gonna have an opportunity like this again? I was specifically hoping for some sort of a pallet drop from afar ability, but I admit that could be a very tricky balancing act. Nonetheless, to my surprise, 11's perks revolved around aura reading and stealth, which was an interesting direction to go. At least, that's what I first thought. But now in retrospect, I admit that the aura reading does kind of tie in with her powers when you really think about it. At first glance, 11's perks appear somewhat mediocre at best. However, the perk We See You carries a lot more power than you would expect, and it also unexpectedly became one of my favorite perks. To get things started, let's just quickly go over what the perk actually does. When the killer reveals your aura, you gain 1 token. When you have 4 tokens, the perk automatically spends all tokens, which then grants you and all other survivors the ability to see the killer's aura for 15 seconds. The perk then has a 10-second cooldown. So what makes this perk so powerful exactly? Well, for one thing, this perk is probably one of the best information perks in the game. Revealing the killer's aura for 15 seconds for not only you, but all other survivors is an easy way to support either yourself or your teammates in chases. But I've said in the past that aura reading can only be so strong, and how useful it is can heavily depend on the type of killer you go up against. And while I do still believe this perk has quickly become an exception to that statement. A perk that can repeatedly show you and your entire team the killer's aura for 15 seconds with no restrictions outside of the killer having undetectable is a very helpful tool to have access to over the course of a match. If you or another survivor are in a chase, this could make the difference in surviving just a little bit longer. This can also highlight if a killer is proxy camping a hook, or if the killer is heading towards a gen being worked on. The universal and lengthy aura reading this perk provides immediately places it at the top of the list for being one of the best survivor aura reading perks in the game. Not only is the aura reading it provides a satisfying way to communicate to the team where the killer is, while also potentially helping you or someone else in a chase, this perk also communicates to you when your aura is being revealed. And as a result, it also provides you indirect insight into what perks or add-ons the killer has. Let's say the killer just hooked someone. If We See You gains a token, it not only tells you that your aura is being revealed, but it can also be assumed that the killer likely has barbecue and chili. To use another example, let's say the killer kicks a gen while you're in the vicinity of it, and you gain a token. This again not only tells you that your aura is being revealed, it's also likely that the killer has nowhere to hide. Now, while sometimes it can be easy to surmise what perks or add-ons the killer is using, this perk allows for a reliable way to confirm a build, all with the added benefit of free aura reading for the entire team. Granted, this perk very much relies on the killer having a way to reveal your aura, but that's actually not entirely true. We See You has superb synergy with Object of Obsession. With Object, as long as you are the obsession in the match, your aura is revealed to the killer, and the killer's aura is revealed to you for a few seconds every 30 seconds. So even if the killer doesn't have any aura reading abilities, as long as you are the obsession while using Object, it provides a reliable way to continuously activate We See You throughout a match. The combination of We See You with Object of Obsession functions best as part of a build for stronger survivors, or basically survivors who know how to loop, as they have zero problem with their aura being constantly revealed to the killer. And as a bonus, if the killer does end up having aura reading abilities, then it helps activate We See You even more often, which benefits survivors even more. When you add it all together, the combo of We See You with Object of Obsession allows for more skilled survivors to provide a constant flow of information for themselves and their team. This perk combo is just the tip of the iceberg as well, as I'm sure there's other great perks or items that combine well with We See You. In my opinion though, Object of Obsession seems like the best choice at this moment in time. Now, if you have any interesting combinations in mind, let me know in the comments, because I'm very much looking forward to using the We See You and Object combination. I suppose one of the counters to everything presented is the killer having a reliable way to become undetectable during a match, but even then, I'm sure there's still at least some sort of value that can be had. The majority of killers have no way to become undetectable for extended periods of time during a match, so this perk combo will be useful more often than not. That's all for now, thanks for watching.